My dear Mr. Budd, in 1894, a friend of mine shipped as a deckhand on the Steamer Tacoma, Captain John Davis. They sailed from San Francisco for Hong Kong. On arriving there, he and 2 others went ashore and got drunk. When they returned, the boat was gone. At the time, there was a famine in Japan. Meat, any kind, was from $1 to $3 a pound. So great was the suffering of the very poor, and all the children under 12 were sold for food in order to keep others from starving. A boy or girl under 14 was not safe in the street. You could go into any shop and ask for steak, chops, or stew meat. Part of the naked body of a boy or girl would be brought out, and just what you wanted was cut from it. A boy or girl's, behind which was the sweetest part of the body, and sold as veal cutlet, brought the highest price. John strayed there so long he acquainted a taste for human flesh. On his return to New York, he stole 2 boys, one 7, one 11, took them to his home, stripped them naked, and tied them in the closet, then burned anything they had on. Several times every day and night he spanked them, tortured them to make their meat good and tender. First he killed the 11-year-old boy because he had the fattest ass, and of course the most meat on it. Every part of the body was cooked and eaten except for the head, bones, and guts. He roasted them in the oven. All of his ass, boiled, broiled, fried, and stewed. The little boy was next. Went the same way. At the same time, I was living at 409 E 100th Street, near right side. He took me so Fulton how good human flesh was, I made up my mind to taste it. On Sunday, June the 3rd, 1928, I called on you at 406 West 15th Street. Brought you out pot cheese, strawberries. We had lunch. Grace sat on my lap and kissed me. I made up my mind to eat her. On the pretense of taking her to a party. You said yes, she could go. I took her to an empty house in Winchester. I had already picked out. When we got there, I told her to remain outside. She picked wildflowers. I went upstairs and stripped all of my clothes off. I knew if I did not, I would get blood on them. When all was ready, I went to the window and called her. Then I hid in the closet until she was in the room. When she saw me all naked, she began to cry and tried to run down the stairs. I grabbed her, and she said she would tell her mama. First, I stripped her naked. How she did kick, bite, and scratch. I choked her to death, then cut her into small pieces so I could take my meat into my rooms, cook it, and eat it. How sweet and tender her little ass was roasted in the oven. It took me 9 days to eat her entire body. I did not fuck her though. If I could have, I wished she died a virgin. From Albert Fish.